Hey guys, quick disclaimer. The Nosy Hens podcast talks about content that is not suitable for children and might bring you some discomfort too. This includes violence and abuse of all kinds, strong language, and graphic descriptions. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to the Chicken Coop.
Cluck, cluck. We miss you guys. Hey.
Yes,
Hey,
we
guys.
did miss you guys. How have you been?
Yes.
You know, we've been great too, thanks.
Yes.
Thanks for asking.
Yes. Well, how have you been, Jess? How have you been?
Well, you know, life hits you and life hits you hard.
It
and
does.
You got to hit it back.
Yes.
So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yes. I'm going to hit 1, 2. Let's all say it together. 1, 2, 3.
Air punch. Dang, girl.
Sorry, I got a little overzealous with my air punch.
She does. She is the queen of air punches.
Okay. Biofreeze.
Oops, that's me now.
What's that other? Voltrain. It's all good for the joints when you air punch.
You know what? I think I need a little bit because my right elbow be tripping.
Yeah, that's because we be air punching to the wind.
That's right.
Okay. Keep an air punch on deck. Well, guess what, y'all?
What? Well, we didn't tell them that they're listening to the Nosy Hens
Oh,
podcast.
hey, look, yeah, y'all didn't know that. If you didn't know, now you know.
Now you know.
You're listening to the Nosy Hens podcast where we discuss true crime and we laugh and we cry.
Yeah.
And we eat bagel bites
And drink iced coffee.
iced coffee and sometimes slushies.
It's our lifeline.
It really is. It really is. And after we take our bathroom breaks, then we jump right back in.
Why you had to put that in there?
Because
you know I am
everybody
such a
knows.
prude. I be like, no, they don't need to know that we number 1 and number 2.
Everybody knows
There's no.
that
I
coffee
don't.
makes you go number 3.
I don't do that, guys.
Okay? If she doesn't do that, that's because she's a tree.
I claim to not have any bowels.
Okay. Well, we need to get her some help. Hey, doctor, any doctors in the room?
Is there a doctor in the coop?
She needs some help with her bowels.
Oh Lord.
With her bowels.
Vowels. You mean vowels?
Okay, those. Vanna White. Girl.
So what are we talking about today, A-Rain?
So today I came across this past week just kind of looking at true crime things as a normal person would do.
Right.
And I had been hearing about this Lululemon murder.
Lululemon? Is that a cartoon?
No, Lululemon sounds like an ice cream. But it is not to be confused with LuLaRoe.
Right, because that's what LuLaRoe. Hey, these tights I got on right now, LuLaRoe.
You should probably take them off. You should probably take them off.
I know.
Yeah, we don't support her either. Lululemon is an athleisure or athletic wear line.
Oh, I had no idea. Never heard of it.
Yes, they're very high end, upscale. Like their leggings, the price range is from like $100. Yeah, yep.
No.
Yeah, they're pretty pricey.
You said start at, girl, bye.
Unless you get them on sale, you get them for a good 40, 50.
Baby. First of all, these LuLaRoes was given to me. I ain't never spent no money on no LuLaRoe.
Facts.
And that's on the real.
Facts.
But second of all, I ain't spending over $15 for no leggings.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah. Well, I have, and I do. I don't have LuLaRoe because it gives me very much so a certain aesthetic that I am not a part of. Look either. But I usually go to the nice Walmart place, and I get me my little $12 pair of the little leggings. Those are they have some good stretch.
Right.
They have some good stretch.
Have
Sometimes
you
they're a little
ever
baggy in the crotch. But
worn Lululemon?
no,
Oh, okay.
no, cause
Ain't nobody.
love me better. Okay, I ain't going to buy no expensive pair of leggings from there. Now this is okay. So I said this before in one of the other episodes. I do purchase a lot of my leggings from small black owned, female owned business, FBF Body. And her leggings are about 50, I think, about $50-$55, but they're really good.
Yikes.
They're not like the leggings that are like, oh, I'm high waist, and then they be real like loose, booty up in the stomach.
Yeah.
No, they're like high waist, and they like form fit to your body.
Oh.
So they give you a nice little booty. They got some little what's the stuff called that holds you together? The stuff. I think it
constriction. Not retraction.
I'm having a brain
snatchism.
Snatchism, yes, snatchism. It has that in it, and it pulls everything together. So it's no gapping in the back.
Oh.
I support Zakia Blaine, Miss Zakia Blaine. That's the owner and founder of FBF Body, but that's the only pair of leggings that I will purchase for more than $50 because I just love her brand. I've been wearing her for years. Miss Lululemon, that girl. Miss Lululemon, no ma'am.
I don't. Sounds like a Nick Jr. cartoon to me.
It does. It gives me slime.
Something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, there was this brutal murder.
Oh my God.
I know, right? Right? I love the sound effects that we have because we don't have a sound effects board.
Yet.
But there was a murder that happened in one of the Lululemon stores.
What?
In 2011.
Wow.
Yes. And it is now called the Lululemon murder. Of course it is, because obviously it's Lululemon. So, let's hop right on in to this crazy story. Let's hop on in. So, on March 12th, 2011, a Lululemon store manager named Rachel, or I think it's Ortley. Sorry, Miss Rachel, if I jack up your name. I am so sorry, but I think it's Ortley. So she heads into work to start her shift as she normally does. She goes to unlock the door and she notices that the front doors are already unlocked when she gets to work. Yes.
Okay, baby, if I'm supposed to open a store and I notice that the store is already open, guess who turning around and calling people till I figure out what's going on?
Turn around.
Every time I see the door open, I'ma call somebody till I find out.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Who in there? Somebody in there? That's what you're going to hear from me.
Cause
somebody in there?
I ain't stepping foot. I
don't even want to walk down my dark hallway without
somebody,
feeling around and
right? If somebody ain't told me nothing and something is out of place, baby, I'm not. And
I think in retail, because I remember when I worked in retail, I think that was something that they would always like say, like if you open up or close, or if you open. Basically, if you open the store and the door is unlocked, please don't go in because you don't know if somebody is in there waiting to chop your dang on head off.
Common sense.
I ain't trying to die today over no leggings.
No.
I ain't trying to do it. I don't want to die over no leggings.
Not for real.
No, you can have all these leggings. All of them. Sports bras, t-shirts, shorts, tennis shoes. You can have all of it because it ain't mine no way.
Okay.
I just work here.
Right.
Okay. I just came to dance for y'all. That's it.
Man, one time I worked at Walmart and it was overnight and I was an overnight cashier and I saw this dude running out the store with the TV in hand and I just watched.
Girl, I would have. Hey, you still got that TV? You selling
I
it?
ain't finna say, sir.
Nope.
I ain't finna say,
Nope.
excuse me. No, just go ahead.
Go ahead, sis. Go ahead, let have.
Okay.
Cause I don't want that TV.
It ain't
You
got
want to go to
nothing to
jail?
do with me.
I ain't trying to. Okay, girl. So sis, here's the thing. You said we got comments. So sis, even though she noticed that door was unlocked, she still went in. Okay. So she goes in, and she's like,
hello.
Basically,
is anyone in here? Who are you? What is your name?
Yeah. But she was also thinking that whoever closed the night before, they forgot to lock the door. So she's thinking like, maybe they just didn't lock the door. Somebody getting in trouble.
Ooh.
She probably was thinking that too.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, ooh, intruder. Cause let me tell you, like we said, I ain't walking up in no store
I ain't
that's already
taking
unlocked.
no chances.
No, ma'am. So she goes on, heads further into the store. She sees that things are knocked over and broken, and she immediately runs out the store after seeing that. So
right.
she didn't, but still, that's one step too far. Okay,
yes,
that's one step too far. So she goes ahead, runs out just in case somebody, if they break in, somebody was still up in there.
Yeah.
So this Lululemon was located in the Bethesda Row Shopping Center in Bethesda, Maryland, which is an upscale area, like I guess like our Frontenac.
Okay.
Yeah, like our Frontenac. And it was next to an Apple store.
Mm-hmm.
So that day or that morning when she went to open the store, the Apple store was having a release for the iPad 2 that day.
Lord.
So of course you know how those releases are with Apple. People
wrapped around the corner.
Yes.
And
people outside.
Yeah.
Doing a
camping.
Yes. So when Rachel ran outside, there was a guy that was just in the line, and he saw she came out the store kind of frantic. So he's like, "Hey, you okay?" or what? Because he saw her run out the store. And so so she ran out the store. He sees her and he's like, you know, what's going on? You okay? She was like, hey, did you see anybody come in or out of this store? And he was like, the only person I've seen come in and out was you, and I've been out here for about an hour, maybe two, but you're the only person I've seen come in and out. So she's like, okay, we probably need to go ahead and call the cops because I think somebody broke into the store. So they go ahead and call the cops, and she's like, I need to go back in to just kind of look around and see. So he's like, I'll go in with you because I don't want you going in by yourself. Bro,
people, sirs, ma'ams, excuse me. We need to go back in when the police get here and they tell us we can go back in. I'm not going back in until the police get here.
Who are you telling? Who are you telling?
Come on. And okay, even aside from the safety risk, you going in where a crime clearly took place, you don't need to be going in there and disturbing nothing.
You don't need to disturb nothing. Captain Save a Hoe.
Come on.
Girl.
He should have told her, no, wait till the police get here.
Yep, no, he was, you know.
I'll save you.
Yes, he was like, no, let's go in together, and if we die, we die.
We die together. When I die, you die, and we die together.
Yes, yes. That's what he thought. So they go in, they assess the area that she had already assessed when she went in. The broken glass, things knocked over, yada, 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 yada. They move further in the back of the store.
Oh my gosh.
Tiptoe. And to their horror, to their gruesome horror, they see blood all on the floor.
Oh,
and they also see a body laying face down in said blood. Yes.
Did she know who the body was?
At first, she wasn't sure. But then she realized, oh shit, that's one of the employees.
That's the closer.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So she's laying face down in a pool of blood. Then they hear some noise. And then they go like, oh my God, what is that noise?
See, and this is why y'all shouldn't have took y'all's monkey asses up in there. I'm sorry.
Who you telling?
I'm sorry, but you
telling?
shouldn't have done it.
Who you telling? So they hear the noise coming from the bathroom. And what do? Do they run out? No, they go investigate. Yes, they do. So they go and investigate this noise. And there they see another body, but it's not a body. She's alive and breathing.
Who is she?
She is Brittany Norwood, one of the other associates. The first girl that was face down, that was 30-year-old Jana Murray. Mm-hmm. The girl in the bathroom was Brittany Norwood. She was 29.
So what's she doing? Was she was like tied up?
So she was like zip tied at the feet and the hands, and she was like, she had cuts all on her body and her face, and she had like a gash on her forehead. And here's the thing, the crotches of both women were cut out, so it looked like they both had been like sexually assaulted. So they go and they call the cops again and let them know, hey, we came in, we had called about maybe, somebody breaking into the building, but there's two people here, but they're not medical examiners, so they don't want to be like, hey, there's somebody dead here in the store. They just call them, like, hey, is somebody here. One of the associates is on the ground. She's in a pool of blood. I don't know if she's still alive. And there's another associate here that's, breathing, but we need an ambulance. We need some help. So cops get there. They see Brittany zip tied with her hands. I wish I could show you guys, but I can't. But she has her hands like zip tied, and she's like laying above on the floor, her head, and her hands are like above her head. She's on the floor, and there's like a bunch of blood around her or whatever. So she's like laying like this, and like bloody and cut up and stuff. And then the other girl is like in the hallway outside of the bathroom, face down.
Yeah.
And so when police got there, they, noticed all of this blood. Of course, they saw a lot of blood on Brittany and around Brittany. And then they saw Jana face down, where she just was unrecognizable. They found the toolbox that belonged to the Lululemon store sitting on the floor with the tools and stuff just kind of like scattered about. It looked like the tools in the box were used as weapons on the girls.
Okay, well, excuse me. My question is, it's just odd that Jana is unrecognizable, but Brittany, she's recognizable and alive.
Yes.
So
when I first heard this story,
did somebody hate Jana? So here's my initial theory. Mm-hmm. Somebody hated Jana.
Yes.
And they really was going after Jana. Mm-hmm. Brittany, she was at the wrong place, wrong time. Mm-hmm. And they like, well, we'll just do it, we just got to rough you up a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I'm really going for Jana. Mm-hmm. First theory. Mm-hmm. Now, we'll see, because I don't know. It sounds like there's going to be a twist.
There is, but it isn't. There's kind of a twist, but there's not really a twist.
Okay.
Yes. So, on top of seeing the bodies, they also see this size 14 shoe print, like these footprints, this size 14 shoe going towards the back door. So, you know how like in retail stores, like in the mall especially, they have like that locked safety door back there that you use only like take out trash or whatever, but you have to have a key to open up the door.
Yeah.
So they saw that there was a key in the door, which looked like, and with the footprints walking to that door, it looked like whoever was in the store, whoever the person was that did this, may have walked out the door because the key was still locked in. So they're thinking, well, hey, maybe it was an inside job, because the key, like only the manager, and Jana, she was like the key holder of the store. Mm-hmm. So Jana would be the only one with that key to unlock the door and open it. Yeah. So they saw the footprints walk to the door, and that's where they ended. And then they saw the shoe, the size 14 shoe with the blood on it. Mm-hmm. But it just stopped there. Like,
wait a minute. The shoe wasn't outside the door?
No, it was like whoever.
They disappeared?
Yes. But it was
Or
almost
they
like
probably
whoever.
took off their shoes.
Yeah, it was like whoever did it took their shoes off and then like went on about their way.
Well, they would have had to pick them up and run away with it. Why would you walk through in the blood and then take your shoes off to go outside to run barefoot?
Right. Because said shoe, when cops showed the shoe to Rachel, the store manager.
Oh, so they didn't take the shoe with them?
No, they didn't take the shoe with them.
Okay.
It was still the shoe there, but the footprint stopped at the door, and then the shoes were kind of like there.
Okay.
And so when they showed the shoes to store manager Rachel was like, "Oh no, you could give us like back that shoe because that's the store's shoe, or take it with you or whatever, but that's the store's shoe." And so they're like, that's why they really were like, "Oh, this has to be an inside job," because apparently at Lululemon, when people want to come in and try on some of the stuff, they give the stores these shoes for people to like put on so that they could see what it looks like all together with tennis shoes and things like that. So I don't know why it would be a size 14. I don't know if it's like a small size 14, if it's like a European size 14. I don't know. I don't know shoe sizes. I just know my shoe size and it works for me. But they have this shoe for people to try on with their Lululemon outfits. So that's why the cops were like really leaning towards like, no, this has to be an inside job. And then they started looking at Brittany. Like, was she helping whoever the person was?
That was
with
finna
this
be my
inside
second
job?
theory.
Yes.
Because she ain't really.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then they also noticed that when I told you that the tools and stuff were all spread out on the floor, the zip ties that belonged to the Lululemon store were also there. So then another theory was, well, not another theory, but it was still a part of the inside job. But they were also thinking, why would a killer, if you're coming to kill someone or coming to attack, why would you just depend on the store to have the things there for you to commit this crime?
It was a crime of passion.
It was a crime of passion.
It was in the moment.
So hard. So hard. So the cops, of course, pronounced Jana dead. Mm-hmm. In her autopsy report, she sustained over 331.
Oh my gosh! Rest
injuries
in peace, Jana.
to the head area, face, and body.
I was going to say the head alone.
The majority. So it was like 221.
Somebody was
up at here
pissed off at her. They wanted to really.
Yes.
They must have been jealous or something because they wanted to disfigure her.
Because from my learnings on one of my favorite TV shows, The Criminal Minds, they always say when you get brutal with your murder like that, that means it's a crime of passion. If you like go in on a person, and they went in on Jana.
Because you have to have a level of hatred going on right then and there to be able to do something like that. Because it's, first of all, not only that, but okay, you really stabbing one time per second. So you spent 200 and whatever seconds.
And that was the thing. So it was a young lady, Eleanor, I forgot her last name, but she's on YouTube because I was looking at her review about it too. Eleanor was saying that it had to have, with the amount of stabs, it had to have taken about between like 12 and 17 minutes for all of that to happen to her, because Jana's, like, her face, of course, was disfigured, but her skull was crushed. Her skull was crushed from like hitting. And then they were also saying that,
but you gonna give the other girl some little bitty light taps.
But you gonna give her some stretches.
Some in the milk ain't clean.
Okay. Look, where's that kitty? Where's that kitty? Let's tell us that the milk ain't
Don't
clean.
drink that milk.
Okay, that milk got poison in it. It's poisonous. So Jana, her skull was crushed or whatever, and then she also had like stabs to the body or whatever, but it was just the majority top of her face. And so Brittany, they took her to the hospital, got her cleaned up. She had to have stitches in like the top part of her forehead because it looked like. So there was a rock laying next to Brittany that looked like it was used to hit her on top of the head because she had the scar on the head. So they took her to the hospital. They cleaned her up. She had to have stitches in the head, but the rest of the like cuts on her legs and body and face, it was just a little cleanup, a little bandage. She was fine. And so, and they also did a rape kit on her because
Right.
the
That's what I
crotch.
was going to ask.
Yeah, they also did the rape kit.
She wasn't
on her.
raped.
You jumping too far ahead in the story, girl. You jumping too far.
My bad.
But apparently, no, she wasn't raped. Neither of the ladies were raped. So, cops, after they get her all cleaned up and stuff, they bring her ass to the station. They start going question. Hey, what happened in the store? And she's like, so, I feel so bad about this. We got off at about 10 o'clock and I was on my way to the subway station and I realized, oh my God, I forgot my wallet at the store and it has my subway card in it. And the only person that could get back into the store was Jaina. That's my rendition of it, but that's what Sus said. So Sus basically got Jaina to come back to the store. She didn't have Jaina's number, but she called some of the other co-workers and got Jaina's number, called Jaina. Jaina was like, okay, that's fine because I left my laptop at the store too, so I need to come back and get my laptop so that I can, bring it back home. So Jaina gets to the store. She parks outside the store. They go in and Brittany told cops that when they went in, they're looking for their laptop and looking for the wallet. She can't find her wallet. Jaina got her laptop and was like, hey, since you can't find your wallet, just find it another day. I'll give you my subway card because I don't use it anymore. So you can just, take the card or whatever. And she tells police as they're walking out, they notice that they forgot to lock the door when they came in. And then all of a sudden they see these two guys all dressed in black in ski masks.
Men in black.
Yes. So they say these two men come in, they're all dressed in black, and one of the guys takes Jaina to the back and is like going in on her. She's hearing Jaina scream, and her screams are getting lighter and lighter and lighter until she couldn't hear Jaina anymore. And then she said the guy that had her was like, I know where you live. I'll come and find you. If you try to scream, I'll kill you. And you better not say anything. So he supposedly takes Brittany to the back and cuts her up, like tortures her, and she says he's calling her like all these racial slurs.
What's her race?
So Brittany's black.
Okay.
And Jaina's white.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, this guy is calling her racial slurs, and she knew that they were both white guys by the way that they were talking. And after they torture her and like punch her and beat her up and stuff, then they leave, and then she's there.
Okay, let me stop here. All right, this is me being the investigator. Okay, you be Brittany. Oh man, Brittany, that has to be traumatizing. Let me ask you this. Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this. So you could tell that those guys, they were racist.
Yes, they were, because they were calling me things like nigger and all other like racial slurs.
Okay.
And saying that I was like the fun one to fuck and things like that because they raped me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so let me ask you this. If they're racist, why would they kill the person that's the same race as them and leave you alive? Why do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I was just, everything was just such a blur.
Really? So, so do you think that they killed the white girl because she was working with a black woman, or what do you think their theory and their thinking was for leaving you alive and with only superficial cuts and wounds while they left her unrecognizable?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, yes.
Cut the crap, Brittany!
I'm sorry. It was just so hard, and I didn't.
Cut the crap, Brittany.
No, they raped me. I just can't.
You did this. You did this.
No, I didn't. And this is so overwhelming, and I have to go. I can't do anymore. And scene. That I kind of feel like how it was.
That's how I would be.
Yes.
If I was them.
Yes. And in the videos of cops questioning her, she did kind of like, she was just like, I'm so distraught, and I'm just so distraught. She was using that vocal fry. Let me tell you something. I hate vocal fry.
Oh my gosh, I use vocal fry in my songs though.
But you don't do it when you talk.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, no. I don't. Look, that brings some surprise and some edge to songs. When you're talking like that, when you're talking with just extreme vocal fry, I need you to go drink some water. And I need you to put a little bit more air behind your vocals so that you can talk. Because I don't want you to be like,
I was like this, and she was like that.
It is so, oh my God, it makes my skin crawl. Like, people talk, and I'm like, I can't, let me go ahead and change the channel.
Should I talk with vocal fry the rest of the episode?
Please
for
don't,
you?
because I would drop this mic and leave. I will leave you here by yourself. Because I absolutely hate vocal fry. And she was giving me all the vocal fry that I did.
No, you just hate constant vocal fry. You can take vocal fry in bits and pieces, but...
just a little.
Right.
But if you start like, yeah, I mean, because like, go to hell. Go to hell and burn. Okay, go burn with all the other vocal fry.
That's not nice.
Well, stop it. Stop with the fucking vocal fry. Sorry with the curse words.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I hate it. It takes me there. So Sus was using all of the vocal fry that she had in her life to try to save her life. So yeah, cops questioned her. Look, back on subject, because I just had to put that disclaimer out there. Don't walk up to me with that dang on vocal fry, because I will immediately about face and walk away from you. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
Oh, Jesus, so take the wheel.
So cops, questioned her, and were like, but it seems like were you helping someone? Was this something they're asking her? And she's like, I mean, this is just overwhelming. I just can't. This is hard. This is hard.
Well, guess what, Brittany? You ain't leaving until we get answers.
I want answers
now.
She wasn't giving answers, okay? She wasn't. So just a little bit about Miss Brittany Norwood. Sus was not originally from Bethesda, Maryland, or Maryland. Mm-hmm. She was from San Diego, I think. Mm-hmm. That's from what I can remember.
Dang.
She was from San Diego. So she worked at a Lululemon store there back in her hometown. She was always athletic. Mm-hmm. And she wanted to be a part of that culture, and she wanted to be a personal trainer. Mm-hmm. So she, coming up, was a cool girl, but she had some issues, and it wasn't like she came from a household that could not afford anything.
What you mean?
Sus grew up with a little piece of privilege, but Sus was a kleptomaniac. So she had been stealing things
for fun
since the time she was little.
Oh man! And actually, I'll take back for fun, because if it is really right, if it is really kleptomania as the mental illness, then it's not helped. Because when you do stuff for fun, that's something that you can do. Right.
You could stop.
Right.
But this, I don't think she could, because they said it started when she was younger. When she got in high school, she, was playing softball, or she was into sports when she got in high school. and she was really good at it. But then girls started noticing that things were coming up missing. And the things were coming up missing when she joined the team. So she was stealing. Sis was out here just stealing. Girl. So that was she was let go from the Lululemon back in her hometown. Yes, because she stole from them. She was suspected of stealing. They didn't prosecute her or anything because they didn't have proof. They didn't have like actual proof, but they had a sense that she was stealing from them.
But that should have went in her file to where
that's what I was saying. I said sus must have moved really, 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 really fast.
Something
for her to go from there to this. Because here's the thing. This or not Lululemon. Sorry. this Lululemon, she had only been working there 6 weeks. She had only been working
before
there.
She killed. Well, before she allegedly, what my theory is now.
Yes, allegedly, supposedly, she did. So she had only been there 6 weeks. And her stealing started popping up at the store, and management started noticing. And they were like, for a while, like they had been noticing like, oh, she's taking some stuff. And you know how like when you work at retail, they like look in your bags, make sure you didn't steal anything, and then y'all check each other's bags like, okay, I don't see any leggings, no underwear. I don't like when I used to work in American Eagle, I kept a clear bag. Here, look through all of it. I ain't take nothing. I don't want nothing up in here because I can't fit nothing up in here. Okay. So at the time I couldn't.
Yeah.
Now they make some really good plus size jeggings. I love a nice American Eagle stretch jegging. Okay, I'm not paying $80 for them. I'll wait until they gonna sell for $20
for real.
But I ain't paying $80. But they got some good jeans and jeggings. But for plus size and curvy girls too. Little
good to know.
Little tidbit. So back to the bags. So so they had been noticing she was stealing shit, and so the managers are like, okay, we have to get with her to confront her about this, or we gotta let her go because she's stealing merchandise.
Right.
And so apparently the night that everything happened, Jana had found a pair of leggings in Brittany's bag when they were leaving out. Ooh. And she kind of like confronted Brittany about it.
You stealing?
Yes.
I'm telling.
And then they ended up like, I guess she put the leggings back, and then they ended up leaving. And Jana on the way,
that should have been that.
Okay, who you telling? So then Jana on the way home, this is like after everything went down or whatever. Not the killing, but like, right before
the confrontation.
So Jana calls Rachel, the store manager, and it's like, I found a pair of leggings in Brittany's bag. We need to figure out what to do. Are we going to go ahead and let her go? Like, what are we going to do or whatever? So they said they were going to have that discussion like the next day, and they were going to get that figured out. So back to Brittany's history. She was known for stealing, and that's what got her in trouble at both Lululemon stores. She also had an incident where she was dating a guy, because this is with the violent streak. She was dating a guy. They decided mutually, we need to break up. This isn't working. The guy starts dating someone else, and Brittany's like, hold up. Who am I about to punch? Is Brittany gonna have to punch a bitch? That's what Brittany said. No. So she's like,
so in addition to kleptomania, she has anger management problems.
Yes. So she's like, I don't like you dating this girl. You only need to be with me. She starts stalking the man, and she somehow found the girl's phone number and was like calling the girl and harassing her. So they put a restraining order on her. 2 weeks into the restraining order, she breaks it, showing up at their house and stuff. So it was some things going on with her. So Miss Jana pretty much not the same, but had a good upbringing. She was a dancer. She liked doing athletic things, running track, doing marathons, things like that. She was dating a guy, had a long-term relationship, and he was planning on like proposing to her, soon, but like before this stuff happened, he was going to propose to her or whatever. But unfortunately, we see that didn't happen because she was murdered. So both of the girls, like, they wanted to be in some kind of athletic world, so that's why both of them decided to go work at Lululemon.
Right.
So back to the whole case. Let's set this shit back up. Cops call Brittany back in, and they're like, "Look, B, we already know that you're lying.
Yeah.
Okay, so just tell us what happened, because here's the thing. Remember when I said when Jana went back to the store, she parked her car in front of the store?
Yeah. What happened?
So cops brought Brittany back in and was like, hey, whatever happened to Jana's car? Do you know what kind of car? She's like, I don't know what kind of car she drives.
You don't know what kind of car you got into?
Okay. Well, she never got into Jana's car. She was going to, I guess the subway was like, the train station was like close by. But on top of that, you ain't know what car she was driving. Because let me tell you something. I'm looking at driver's licenses, plates. I'm looking at cars.
Right.
That's making mine. I don't know what year it is, but I can Google this shit.
I can tell you what car most of my coworkers drive.
Okay.
It's
I
just
can too.
It's just regular observation.
Yes, it is. She had none. So, or maybe she did. She was just a liar. You lie.
She lying.
Lies.
She lying.
You're lying. You never told the truth. So Sus is like, I don't know when. And then turns around and goes, well, the guy that he had me move Jana's car. So we moved her car from in front of the store to like down the street. Because they did find Jana's car down the street.
Okay, and why would they have you move her car down the street?
That was another question. She was like, I can't. This is just so overwhelming. Like,
Girl.
I just can't. I can't. So they end up letting her go. Yes, they let her go. So they do more of the investigation. Mm-hmm. Rape kits come back. No one was raped.
Nobody
is raped.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that Jana wasn't.
Yes.
I mean, I'm glad nobody was, but you know what I mean.
Yes. Yeah. So cops are really like, you know what? Brittany had to have this. She did this. Brittany did this.
She got all kinds of mental issues.
Yes. So Brittany comes back in. And they're like ramming her with questions. She's like, okay, shit, I did it. Okay, bitch. I did it. So what happened was the whole thing of luring Jana back to the store, that was true.
Right.
So Jana gets back to the store. Jana sees the leggings in the bag, and then that kind of like sets Brittany off.
Yeah.
So Brittany is like attacking Jana. And here's the thing, all of you Apple employees out there, don't ignore things that you know how they say when you scream for help, people ignore you, but if you scream fire, people be like, where?
Yeah.
That is this case, because in the midst of Brittany attacking and using the toolbox to bash in Jana's face and head, the Apple employees that were next door heard everything.
You lying to me?
No.
Wow, bro. Listen.
They heard every...
You gotta be some kind of...
Yes.
Just uncompassionate.
Yes.
No kind of freaking moral compass kind of person.
Yes.
To hear brutal screams.
They heard... No, God, please help me. Please, let's talk about this. No, stop. They heard that for literally 15 minutes.
And did nothing.
Because they're thinking, oh, it's probably just some drama over there. They did absolutely nothing.
Excuse me. No, God, please help me. No, stop. That's just regular old
That's drama?
Give me a break.
That's drama? Because I was like, I think we need something that's happening over there.
Over there in your Apple store, it don't take nothing to call the police
and like, hey, I think something's going on over there.
Can you check? Ain't got nothing. It don't take nothing to do that.
Nothing at all. Yes. So they heard. Also, remember when Brittany, like before they said it was her.
Yeah.
Going back a little bit, when Brittany was like, "Oh, it was two guys, and they had on all black." So when they were looking on the camera to see like camera footage, Lululemon did not have cameras, but the Apple Store did. And so when they were looking at the footage on the Apple Store around that time, which was about between 10 and 11, they saw two guys walk by with black on. So before they got to Brittany, they were like, oh my God, this has to be the killers.
Coincidence.
Yes. And so they go, like the police go and they stake out and they see two guys walk by with black on. So they go up and they're like showing them the video like, hey, do you happen to know who these guys are? And the guys are like, oh yeah, that's us. We were coming from work. Because they worked as waiters at the dang on restaurant that was down the way. And they were just leaving as they normally would. And they all dressed in black.
Wow.
Girl, so she knew what she was doing when she was putting her lads together. Okay, lies. So, so yeah. Brittany attacks Jana, and the hit that she was hitting Jana with. Apparently, remember I said Brittany had the stitches in her forehead.
She did that to her.
When she was hitting, she came back and hit herself in the head.
That's what she get.
Yes. And so that's what put that
helped
mark
her.
on. Yes. Made it look like she was attacked. So after she killed Jana, she took like a box cutter and she like started like trying to like cut herself to make it look like something happened to her, because another thing that I said in the beginning, when they found her, she was like, it was a bunch of blood around Brittany too, but the amount of blood wasn't substantial to the amount of injury that she had on her body.
So what was that, Jana's blood?
That was Jana's blood, because they also saw like rags and paper towels that looked like it had blood on it, and it just looked like it was kind of smeared on the floor around Brittany. So she took Jana's blood, rubbed it on herself, rubbed it around herself.
Oh no, she out of this world, bro.
Then she realized, oh shit, Jana's car is in front of the thing. And apparently Rachel, the store manager, lived like a little bit across from the plaza, so she could see, and she didn't want Rachel to like just so happen to look outside at 11 o'clock in the nighttime and be like, oh, why is Jana's car still there? So Brittany gets into Jana's car, moves it down the street. Apparently, when they were learning about all of this in the beginning of the investigation, when Brittany moved the car and sat in it, cops saw the car, but of course they didn't know that things were going, and they just saw the car, and they saw somebody sitting in the car, but they didn't know who it was. Of course they wouldn't look, because it wasn't a crime at the time. So so she goes, moves the car, parks it, comes back. The forensic investigator or the forensic person told cops, hey, the zip tie that was on Brittany's hand, it had teeth marks on it.
Because she had to put her, you dumb.
Indicating that she used her teeth. Crunch! To tighten them zip ties. That zip tie on her.
Girl.
And then, but the zip tie on her feet, of course,
was hands.
It was hands. So she didn't need to use her teeth. And then the reason why she would be laying like this, like that, to me, like laying, I wish, look, another illustration I wish I could see.
She laying back on her back, y'all.
Yes.
Her right arm is above her head. Was the other arm above the head too? Okay, so together.
Zip tied.
Together.
And they were let me tell you something. If I sleep like that, I feel like these breastises of mine is gonna choke me to death. Okay, so I can't lay. But of course, Brittany was athletic; she was standing. So she ain't had no titties. But me laying like that, girl, I'm dying from suffocation because these things gonna strangle me. Okay.
Oh my god.
Sis was laying on the ground with her arms above her head like that.
Well, you know what? Let her be uncomfortable for some hours. That's the least,
girl,
she can go through.
Girl, so the case was solved. Everybody knew what was going on. Brittany ended up getting life
without the possibility of parole.
Life. Yep.
Am I right? Okay. Am I right or am I right? Yep.
Yes. Of course, they were trying to do the whole. Well, she has a mental illness.
She had the wherewithal to try and cover it up. So nope.
It took 8 days for them to.
It would have took me only 8 minutes, and not even that.
Girl, I think the jury was like,
she did.
But they was turned around. I think she did it, but we gonna save it for the when we go up and do the deliberate thing. Cause she did. She did. So sis she was really upset that she was getting caught. She didn't want to be confronted. All of the lies that she had told about herself, she was getting caught in. Because here's another thing, a little tidbit that I didn't mention just yet. Brittany told her parents that she had graduated from college when she, in fact, did not graduate from college.
A kleptomaniac, pathological liar, has anger management issues, is a stalker, is a killer.
So hard.
Wow.
Yes. She lied, told her parents that she graduated college. And then they were like, oh, okay, well, when you walk, she was like, oh, I'm not going to walk because they said I still had an outstanding balance that I needed to pay. So they're not going to let me walk, but I officially graduated. First off, lies. Because how? Huh? How?
It's
Shallow.
just crazy to me, bro. That you grow up, you got a great life. You got opportunities that other people don't have. You sitting good, pretty. You know, you got money, you cushion, and you just
But here's the thing, because it is a black family. We know how black families, for some black people, black community. And we're getting better at it now because I see a lot of people that are more open to healing and getting things together within their life. But black people don't want to admit when there is a mental health issue. Mm-mm. And so there is either a delay in help when they realize, oh shit, this is real and sis really need help. Or they just kind of be like, oh no, they always been weird like that.
Yeah.
Get the help.
Get the help.
Don't be so closed off to admitting that someone is, because this whole thing with sis and then going and lying and making up a whole story. Sis put on them shoes, stomped in that blood, and walked around.
That is size crazy, 14s. Bro.
And then scratched herself up and was like, okay, this should do answer.
This should do it. Yeah, because racist people, they'll kill each other before they kill us. They'll kill who they're racist against.
Yes.
Like, are you stupid?
She has some things going on, and this could have been prevented if she would have gotten the help that she needs.
That's
true.
But
she also isolated herself from her family, because why would you move all the way across the country to a whole nother state,
from California to Maryland? Like, not to knock Maryland, but that's just such a stark contrast.
It really is. And you're by yourself at 29 years old, and you're going through a whole mental meltdown, breakdown, both. You're stealing, you're lying, you're stalking, you're violent. Right. And you're doing this by yourself. And did your parents not know anything? And I do get it. Some people, when they do have children that have disabilities, a lot of the times it's a it's a thing like, oh, I gotta do for this kid. But you gotta let me tell you something, sis. There's something called assisted living, and it works. It does. You do have to monitor those people sometimes. Sometimes, just like any other job, you got to monitor people, make sure they're doing their job. But
still,
that Lululemon store is still open today. Yes, it's still open. They
I
did not.
couldn't. I'd be
Girl,
scared to
I'll
go.
be quitting. I would be. You can go ahead and put in my letter of resignation,
Honestly,
or
especially when they
transfer
go
me to.
toward the back where the body had been
Can
found.
you imagine closing
No,
and
hell
going back
no.
there? Don't you ever put me on clothes, sus.
Hell no.
And if I see the girl, you got them leggings. Okay, look, come on, let's go ahead and go. I ain't gonna stop you because you ain't getting ready to do that to me. I'm sorry. I ain't doing nothing about it. Okay, I will not. So, but yes, that store is still open. They put like a stained glass mural across the top window that says love, and it has like a dove, but it's really pretty. And then people still go and they put like flowers and gifts and stuff for Jaina. They put that out there in her memory. So
Senseless, bro.
that was the Lululemon murder child. That child was like, no, those and cops were like, girl, you lying. This is a liar.
It just bothers me when people lie, like, and they lies be so stupid, but they expect people to believe it.
Girl,
It just
because
be like,
the whole situation that she made, she was making that stuff up off the top of her head. Of course, after she killed the girl, they had to have some kind of plan and like a quick second plan.
right?
But girl, it's just a lot of twists and turns. But yeah, guys, that's the Lululemon murder story.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it because I enjoyed talking about it. I did.
Yeah, it was
I really did.
very interesting turn of events.
Yes. Always remember, if you work in retail and you see something in somebody's bag, girl, keep on
That
moving.
ain't none of your business.
It ain't. Look, I ain't.
Or I
will
will
tell on you,
right. I
tell
tell
right then and
why
there.
you not right in my face. Like, you will not know that I told.
Okay. Okay. Oh, look, let me tell you, because it brought up a memory. When I used to work at the American Eagle back in my heyday, when I was young and youthful and soft and supple,
Girl,
okay?
you young and
now
youthful,
I'm
soft
hard
and supple
and
now.
crusty.
I ain't.
Okay, I'm hard and
don't
crusty.
believe her, y'all.
The only person that love it is my husband, and I love you for that, boo. Okay, I love you for loving all this crust.
Oh my gosh.
But it was a girl that worked there. Crazy thing is, my husband referred her because they went to the college together. And she was looking for a little part-time job or whatever for the season.
And she came up in there still.
I worked there. I got him on. He got her on. Sus was there for 3 days and was walking out with handfuls of panties. Yes.
Can you imagine if you would have confronted her?
Girl, no.
And if she had been the same as this Britney chick?
No, because I would, ooh, girl, you got them panties. You know you're going to get in trouble, right? But all right, come on, let's go. I'm ready to go. Hungry and sleepy. Girl, I ain't, girl. And let me tell you something about sometimes these retail store managers be thinking they super women.
Yeah.
Stop with it. No, because you're going to put this, I ain't fighting you over nothing, girl.
Nah, it's not worth it.
It's
not worth it.
Fighting you over some jeans, leggings, panties, sports bras, t-shirts, jackets. I ain't fighting you over nothing.
That is what loss prevention is for. And if that's not my title, it got nothing to do with me.
Don't, but I will go back to the job and okay, this was lost.
Right.
This was lost because this was stolen because I saw it. I'm not trying to be part of it.
I'm not.
Girl, I ain't. If you want to steal them draws, go on ahead and do it, sis.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't chasing you.
Nope.
And I ain't
gonna mess with you about, I'm not. No.
But I will tell. Know that.
Right.
If you gonna come and get me for telling, no, I got a tase on me and I also got that thing on me too. But. Don't, you ain't coming to do me in. Anywho, y'all, we gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
Yeah, well, guess what, guys? We just absolutely adore you. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
Please interact with us on the socials. We're at the Nosy Hens Podcast on most socials. And then you can email us at the Nosy Hens Podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and Zeus it, girl. Go ahead and Zeus it. All right, y'all. Until next week. We love you guys.
Peace.
Bye.